already know this is Punch Drum Box. Go live on this one, cause for real, I need y'all, my family. I need y'all to have a dialogue with me. I need the 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 if it's an outcry or if it's understanding, if people are siding with Errol Spence and understanding Errol Spence on this part, or what the hell Al Heyman is doing, or what the hell IBF is trying to do. Is this a political move? Is it if it is a just due for Errol Spence to come out of injury and fight the winner of Abdul. I'm gonna call him just Abdul because his name is too out there. Abdul versus Sergey Lipinet. He's gonna fight the winner of that one. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all in the summer what was gonna happen. Ain't no lie. Early, I was looking back on that live show. And so many people was coming at me saying I'm hating. He's gonna fight Pacquiao next. Why you don't want him to fight Pacquiao? Why you don't want him to fight Crawford? And I said, my brothers and sisters, have you looked on the IBF mandatory circuit? And it is time is due. So this is not really a surprise. This is not really a surprise. What's surprising me more is that why does he has to fight Lipinet for the interim? Me knowing, and if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you know that the IBF rarely has a fight that includes the IBF interim. You got to remember the IBF is not like the WBA, WBC, WBO. They don't do interims like that. They don't do interims like that. I'm telling you. You could go look it up yourself. Let me know in the last 20 years, 10, 20 years, whatever you want to go back. How many times has the IBF had an interim fight? Remember, I don't even gotta speed. I don't even gotta speed this up. Um, Remember that smash the like button. You already know, man. Show support to your boy. Um, you remember that Errol Spence said that he was not trying to take a tune-up fight. That he's ready to go. He's in the gym. Seems like that was BS. But I guess that's what you have to do, and like clout the fans saying you're ready, you're prepared, blah blah blah. If the IBF is giving this an interim for him to fight, now I'm gonna tell you like this: the guy Abdul, he's been waiting. He's been waiting for this mandatory. He's been waiting for a year to fight for a mandatory. Now I understand boxing fans, you wouldn't care because probably you wouldn't care about the guy. But also you gotta also be humble and think that, you know what? These guys are working their butt off too to get their chances. And Errol Spence, dummy, dummies. And Errol Spence um had a voluntary bout versus Mikey Garcia. Now we understand also when you talk about boxing, they say, oh, um, they say, oh, the unification bout trumps a mandatory. Yes, it trumps a mandatory, but within the 12th month, you could do whatever you want to do, but in those 12 months. So yeah, you could have your voluntary bout that the IBF gave you for Mikey Garcia, unification bout that trumps the mandatory. But by June 20th, like I said in my live show in the summer, I said by January 20th, he would have to start a negotiation with Abdul And that's why I knew that he wasn't gonna fight no Bud, no Pacquiao, nobody but his mandatory, because he already had a voluntary, and he had a unification bout. So once again, Al Heyman and the IBF come together again, babysitting Errol Spence, politically moving and making it easier for him. Why do I say that? Am I dissing it? No, I'm just keeping it real. Smash the like button. You know why? Because if you remember, before Carlos Ocampo, the number one mandatory was Ugas. What did they do? Remember, Ugas beat Ray Robinson for a title eliminator. He beat two title eliminator, but his last one was versus Ray Robinson, so he can have a chance to fight Errol Spence. What do? They strategically says, I'm gonna tell you like this, Ugas, yo, this is Al Heyman. Ugas, my friend, I got you. I want you to do me a favor. How about you move to the WBC? I'm gonna promise you a fight, and let Errol Spence get an easy fight. You know, with a homecoming fight that we're trying to get a homecoming bout for him in Dallas. But you know, you're too much hard of a fight for him. I just wanted to be a showcase for his fans. Can you move over to the WBC? And I promise you that I'm going to give you a title shot or a big fight. So just move over. So Ugas being a team player, of course, you remember these guys love Al Heyman. They will do whatever Al Heyman says. All of them say they all bosses, but they will do whatever Al Heyman says, because for Al Heyman, that's their superhero. That's their superhero. So Ugas moved to the WBC. They came up with this guy, Carlos Ocampo, and Errol Spence fought in Dallas. Great turnout, first round knockout. Who would have thought? Come on. Once again, the IBF and Al Heyman, or whoever, the powers that be, is babysitting Al Heyman, right? I mean, is babysitting Errol Spence. Why do I say that? First off, he has an injury, yet he's been cleared by the doctors. He didn't have no surgery. Not that we know, because they say he had no major or minor injuries. Now, if they were saying, keep it real, that he had a major injury or a major surgery, then us as fans, of course, we humble. We understand that. We understand life. We're talking about a human being here. Hey, man, I did a video praying for Errol Spence. So I'm not even looking at him. And I was saying, I ain't even looking at him as a boxer. I want him to be good as a person, as a human being, because we all humble like that. Just like I wish you doing good, my peoples out there. I don't know your ins and outs of your life, but I always wish for the best, because we all from the same race. We all family. We all brothers and sisters. We all, you know, we're all sons of God, right? But like I always say in my videos, I always say this. I break things down unbiasedly, logically. Also, I always say these are my modern day words, modern day glad consistent. Y'all know that. Yet I always keep it consistent also, that I say, you know what? We as fans gotta hold those guys' words. We gotta hold them accountable for their words and their actions. So right now, I'm holding Errol Spence's word, you know, holding him accountable for the words. He wants to perceive like he's a immortal human. He's a savage. No minor injuries. You know, I'm good. I'm back in the gym. Okay. You said that you didn't want no easy fight. You don't want no tune-up. You say you're your own boss. But the IBF is doing something that they rarely do. Rarely do. Politically, giving this man an easy route. Because of course, who's Sergey Lipinyan? Who he signed with right now? PBC, right? Signed with PBC. So this is just him, Al Haymon, looking out for his fighters. Sergey Lipinyan gonna be fighting Abdul February 22nd on the undercard of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So of course, Errol Spence, if they're gonna fight February 22nd, might as well, you wait like 4 to 5 months. Errol Spence comes back in June or July, fight the winner. Then later on that year, maybe we have a Bud Crawford and an Errol Spence, which I said in my past video, I think that may happen. I still think that Spence is gonna fight Bud Crawford probably this year. And by saying all of that, then where is Manny Pacquiao going to be? Now, I do really think now that Manny Pacquiao he said he's winning the fight March or April. April, I think May was the latest, depending on the recess in the Philippines, the Senate recess. Now, if it's late April or May, then yes, I do think that we're going to see I do think that we're gonna see Manny Pacquiao and Danny Swift Garcia. If Danny Swift Garcia takes care of his business in 2 weeks versus Red Eye. My fault, y'all. I'm gonna read the comments in a minute. I'm just driving right now. Let me hit the gas station. We're gonna be chopping it up. So you already know, man. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, damn, subscribe to the channel. What up? What up, Brandon? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. A lot of news. Today's gonna be a lot of boxing talk today. You already know Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury gonna have their press conference today. There's gonna be a lot of boxing, man. What up, Fred? Chilling, man. Just driving, talking this boxing stuff. Man, this heat. This heat. So what y'all think about Errol Spence? What y'all think about? Am I being wrong? Am I not making sense, or I'm not making sense? Let me know. Do you think this is another political move that the IBF and Al Haymon is doing? Get Errol Spence back in his training wheels? Shit, we're going to sleep, by the way. I think so too. I think so too, Brandon. Going to sleep. And I even like the way he's actually like um talking a lot like that. Like, we all know that he talks, but I feel like this fight is self-promoted, that you don't even need to go and be so calling dudes out their manhood and blah blah blah. Like, it even all that like that. I think he's clever enough. That's why I hate when people trying to compare their trash talk to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was so good in trash talk. He was the greatest trash talk ever. But you know why? Because within all his trash talk, he never called you. He never cursed you out. Never used. Muhammad Ali's trash talk could play in PBS, because his trash talk was legitimate trash talk. No cursing at you. No talking about your wife. Not talking about your kids. Not cursing you out, taking out your manhood. I mean, cursing you out, calling you a B, calling you a P. Muhammad Ali was the best trash talk. He was a clean trash talk, the best. And you don't find that. You feel like if somebody need a trash, so look at Conor McGregor the way he trash. So look at Floyd Mayweather just using man profanities, all even though that it makes us laugh. But I'm saying compared to Muhammad Ali, his trash to Muhammad Ali's trash talk was the best. And I feel like Tyson Fury is smart enough to understand that, bro. You don't need to go all that talking about his wife and saying that pussy and all that. Come on, man. You don't need to promote that hard for this fight. This fight is already sold. But I'm probably blowing it out of proportion. It's the fight game. I do like trash talk, but it depending who you are, depending where you at. Like I feel like Tony Harrison and Charlo needed the trash talk like that. They did a wonderful job. They needed them eyes, but I feel like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury already got their eyes. This fight is sold. With Tony Harrison and Charlo, they needed to sell this fight, their fight. But back on Errol Spence, that's why I do give the Mr. Pinocchio um um award to in the week, because there's a lot of boxers that like to lie. They're liars. You know damn well you wasn't gonna fight no Bud Crawford or no Manny Pacquiao. That just sound cool. It sounds nice, but we're hardcore boxing fans. You ain't gonna fake us. You can't lie to Pawn's drunk. You can't lie to his peoples. Can't lie to us, man. I'm 100%. You ain't no 100%. He's a warm up I need, bros. But I understand. But that's what I'm hearing. See, that's what I mean. Like you said, Errol Spence need a warm up. Why does he need a warm up if he ain't had no major injuries? I mean, put it this way. It's like I said in one of my videos. Remember, I'm holding these guys accountable for the words. See me, I don't forget nothing. One time I even tweeted at Errol Spence because he was going hard at Keith Thurman. He was laughing about Keith Thurman, talking about fake injuries and holding now. He should be stripped, blah, blah, blah. Keith Thurman had a car accident before the Sean Porter, where they had to postpone the fights months later. Keith Thurman ain't taking no tune-up. Keith Thurman went through rehab, got in the gym, and fought Sean Porter. If Keith Thurman could do it, Errol Spence could do it. Hey, how you doing, man? Let me get 40.89. That's okay. Cash. Thurman could have a car accident, right? Not take a tune-up, which he could have done. Not take a tune-up. He fought Sean Porter and beat Sean Porter. Now, Errol Spence, I'm gonna say like this, so you can understand where I'm coming from when I said hold these guys accountable. Errol Spence is the main reason why people feel like Keith Thurman. I mean, not. He's the main reason why people started hating Keith Thurman. The pressure. Oh, fight. Oh, he's always injured. Oh, he's fake injuries. Oh, he's healthy to fight. Oh, all right. Now you in the same place like Keith Thurman. You know what? Keith Thurman ain't taking no tune-up. Yeah, he took it with, bro. I don't care. Anybody say Spence ain't right, bro. It was. No, it's true, Brandon. I understand. He was slurred. I understand. Yeah, I'm gonna hold him accountable. He said he don't want a tune-up. So it's either our words or his words. Which word should we take? My word, because I can only speak for myself, but it's coming from his mouth. Spence tried to trash Thurman's character for sure. Exactly. Exactly. He tried to trash his character to the point where a lot of people started believing Errol Spence, and people was trashing Thurman. Well, now who's the injury guy now? Spence. Thanks, bro. Hold on. Oh, Thurman's a much better man. Maybe. I don't know, but all I'm saying, can't say he's afraid to fight. I don't think no fighter is afraid to fight. You feel me? They all fighters. They all fight, and we can't compare for the people that be like, oh, these boxers are afraid. Nah, I don't believe that no fighter's afraid. This is what they've been doing for a living. They fought 100 amateur fights. This is what they groomed to do. Thurman been fighting since 7 years old. Um, Errol Spence been fighting since what, 14, 15. These guys, they just groomed to fight. But like I said, I'm holding these guys accountable for their words. I don't forget. I don't forget interviews. I don't forget what these guys say. If Errol Spence, Keith Thurman was this guy, injury prone, and if he's gonna be vacant the titles and blah blah blah. Now, IBF is doing an interim fight with Lipinet and Abdul, right? Yet they say it's because it's like a major injury. Yet there is no commission that's suspending Errol Spence. And Errol Spence is not in a suspension, not suspended, but suspension. Errol Spence is listed as active. So why are these? There is no surgery, right? Or what they need to do is keep it real. Stop acting like Errol Spence is this Iron Man and just keep it real. Errol Spence had major surgery. You know what? He's not ready. Put him inactive. But if he's going to be active and he's going to be listed as active, then why IBF is doing the interim? Just matter of fact, just let him fight his mandatory now. But why Sergey Lipinyan and this guy got to fight? The guy already fought and eliminated to be a mandatory. If the IBF never considers, remember the IBF, they could have an interim belt, but but they don't really do it like the WBA. Like you could fight for and you could be an interim title and you fight and you still have the title. Nah, they don't do it like that. As soon as Errol Spence is ready, he needs to fight the winner. That's it. Once there's an interim belt out there, IBF don't play. He's gonna need smash the like button already. Smash the like to your boy. Support your boy. Errol Spence needs to fight the winner right away. So strategically giving him enough time. Abdul, I know he was with Frank Warren. I know he was signed with Frank Warren. Sergey Lipinets with PBC. This is about looking after his fighters. It's not about it's all politics, yo. All politics every day. Al Heyman afraid that his pack is gonna clean house. I really think that ain't even Al Heyman, because Al Heyman is just a manager. In that sense, I think Al Heyman's secret right hand man probably Floyd. He don't want Manny Pacquiao to have all those glories. You crazy? Pac-Man too. Oh, he could pull the trigger while they. Why they? I don't know, man. Why? I cook with my very blood and bring flavor to. Oh, what? Next fight should be legit. Which fight? Spence needs to fight more world-class experienced fight. He has no chance against Crawford or Pacquiao. He's stationary against him. That's one thing I don't. That's why the stationary part is the reason why I have Thurman and Crawford and Manny Pacquiao being Spence. It's not gonna be easy because Spence got grit and Spence could go punch for punch, blow for blow. But he's gonna get hit, and when he gets hit with a dude with power, he's gonna get hurt. I even think Danny Garcia will give him a real tough fight. I never really thought that Errol Spence was that should compare the way that people talk about him. No, I believe he's one of the top welterweights of this era, grayscales and Olympian and things like that. But I'm not with the hype. And if I'm not with the hype, people say I'm hating. Nah, I'm just not with the hype. Like, is he's good and all that, but I'm not going to give him extra credit. It seems like people want other people to give Errol Spence some extra credit. Like, nah, man. If you look at the pound for pound dude, he's probably has accomplished the least. Like Usyk's undisputed. How Usyk is behind Errol Spence on pound for pound. Inoue has what different division world title lists, unified, in different divisions. Vasily Lomachenko, Canelo Alvarez, Crawford, Deontay Wilder, 10 title defenses. There's a lot of guys that's doing a lot of stuff. Errol Spence just got a unification win, and and no lie, and people may not like what I'm about to say about this either. That green strap when they fought when he fought Sean Porter, when I look at that green strap, I only look at it like it's a Keith Thurman strap because he never lost it. He vacated the belt to two guys that he already beat. So in instance, Errol Spencer hasn't even done more than what Keith Thurman did in his career. Think about it. Errol Spence hasn't done more than Keith Thurman. Now he lost to who? But he lost to the GOAT. It's a difference. He lost to Manny Pacquiao. Who wouldn't? Exactly. The hype is real, and I ain't in the train. And if you're not in the train, if you're not in the wagon of that hype train, you a hater. And don't let nobody tell you a hater. Tell them that you know boxing. Errol Spence ain't done more than Thurman. Errol Spence ain't done more than Crawford. Errol Spence ain't done more than Pacquiao. Errol Spence ain't done more than so he unified. Did the same thing that Thurman did. That's it. Beat the same guy that Thurman did. I like Pacquiao. We meet each other and play basketball way back. That's what's up. That's what's up. Being the presence of greatness. Errol got power, but it's really nothing special. But he's got but two stationary. Correct, man. He got power, but he don't got that. Look, two guys said it themselves. Sean Porter and Bundu said that Thurman has more power, and those are the two guys that been in the ring with him. I do probably Keith Thurman has lost. I don't think he's lost power. I think he doesn't sit in his punches anymore. He moves more than he used to. He used to sit on his punches way before. But you could tell Keith Thurman's knockouts has been one punch. One punch, brow. When I saw Errol Spence could have knocked out Mikey Garcia, the whole world already knew that his power ain't special. Pack 8 Thurman solid shots like nothing. The chin would give problems. Yeah, he ate a lot. I wish we have another Sugar Ray Leonard. We not. You know why? Because these guys don't want to fight for legacy no more. That's why people can't hate guys like Buck Crawford. They can't. Some people be like, oh my God, this guy haven't fought nobody. And at the end of the day, he became undisputed. 3 division world titleists. At least he's trying to go for gold. At least he's trying to go for legacy. At least he's trying to go. Look, when's the last undisputed? If you look at the last undisputed um who's the last undisputed in the heavyweight division? Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis. What was that in the 2000s, early 2000s? Last middleweight undisputed. Jermaine Taylor. Early 2000s. Last welterweight undisputed welterweight was Zab Judah in the 90s. We're in 2020. 2020. You know what that's telling you? You know what that's telling us? That these fighters nowadays don't give a damn about legacy. It's just all clout. It's all clout. They don't give a damn about no legacy. They care about positioning themselves. If you got 1 belt, it's okay. Canelo Alvarez could have fought Demetrius Andrade to become undisputed middleweight champion of the world. What did he do? Forfeit, forget that chance, and he goes up, try to get Cove. Exactly. It's crazy. These guys are not fighting for legacy. It's all clout. They don't care as much as the fans care. Whenever y'all take the time, look at it. Look, go look at the history. There is no the only last 2 undisputed is Usyk and Crawford. And before that, look at the middleweight division. It was Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, and then you got Hagler in the 80s. These guys don't want to be undisputed like before. These guys fought for glory. You know, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted at Javante Tank Davis. Javante Tank Davis, he tweeted, you know, the money sign, right? And I tweeted back at Javante Tank Davis, and I said, legacy, legacy, legacy. This what these guys got to understand about legacy. That I feel like these young fighters, they get so manipulated by the strategy of Al Haymon that they think that legacy don't really count. It doesn't seem like Al Haymon is a boxing guy, but he's a great businessman that has cahoots with networks, right? And these guys get suckered in. You know, Al Haymon probably talked the lingo. You remember Mike Tyson when he said, "Oh, Don King got me because he knew how to talk my lingo." So it looked like Al Haymon know how to talk this guy's lingo to get him. Ward ducked Adonis Stevenson for undisputed. Exactly the same thing. Same thing. Nobody want to become undisputed. So I tweeted to Javante Tan Davis. I said, legacy, legacy, legacy. Think about legacy, because you know why? Legacy has unlimited value. Principle wise, morally wise, and money wise. An example, Mike Tyson could gain $300 million, lose $300 million, and get it back and not get $300 million, but he will always be a millionaire. Why is Mike Tyson always going to be a millionaire? He doesn't even and he doesn't even need to fight. He could lose all his money, bankrupt, and when he feels like being good, clean, he'll get millions like that. Why do you think that? Because his legacy reigns supreme. His legacy has value. Because every time we see Mike Tyson, we think about his legacy. We never think about the money. Mike Tyson is a modern day combat god. Real. He's a god amongst men when it comes to this fighting stuff, sports worldwide. Mike Tyson is that dude. His legacy reigns supreme. Muhammad Ali could take care of his whole family and his families and his great grandkids, not because of the money. His legacy will always have values. You will always could open up a business with his name. His name, his legacy reigns supreme. His legacy is unlimited money. Manny Pacquiao and his kids, unlimited. Look at his son. His son could drop a YouTube video, boom, and look, 500 Ks. He don't need to promote it. His legacy, Manny Pacquiao's legacy, his kids could do something and it becomes valuable. So that's what I'm talking about. So I try to tweet and make Gervonta Tank Davis understand that legacy, you don't have to do, all you have to do is do your thing where you're destined to be. And let's say Gervonta Tank Davis' daughter, she could open up whatever, she could start a app. And just because it's Gervonta Tank Davis' daughter, she will reap, she will enjoy the fruit of his labor. Pac-Man kids is bummed on. Get out of here, man. What you talking about? Pac-Man kids is bums. Man, get out of here. What you talking about? Bro, go to the LDBC channel with that crap. Calling people's kids bums. Stupid. A 6-year-old is a bum to you? For real, people be like, yo, they be using some drugs or something. For real, I don't know what type of drugs people be using. Not even heroin and crack. Mix it up all together with paint. You could chew paint and you still sound dumb, and a person still won't sound dumb like that dude, calling kids bums. Bro, what you think of Adrian Broner? I think Adrian Broner, um, um, discipline, just uh, didn't have the type of discipline to be great, but to have a good career. I guess he got a good career, good money. I think he should. I think that would be a good money fight for both of them. I know Fred. I know Fred, but it's almost like you could. It's like the people could talk trash. People don't gotta like the people that we talk about. But when you talk about people's kids as bums, yo, you got no type of respect for yourself. And I wouldn't even block the dude because he's good. We could expose the dude. He's exposing himself. You think AB washed up his career? Not the same. I think AB just feel like he can't. I don't think a person is washed. I just don't think he want to do it like that no more. Thurman versus Spence. I got Thurman. I got Thurman. I feel like Thurman movement can neutralize anything that this guy has Errol Spence. Airborne that fight. Facts. Things for that. Yo, looking out. Yo, Punch, how you feel Spence would have did against 90s Walters like De La Hoya? De La Hoya will box him out. Trinidad and um and Spence will go to war. Thanks, Pete. Good looking out, my brother. I think Trinidad, because Trinidad was also stationary as well. He did have a good jab. His defense, he does get, he was getting hit, but he has a monstrous left hook. I think he will hurt Errol Spence, but I think that will be a war. That will be a war, I think. It will be more it will be a cleaner fight like the The Porter and the Spence fight, Trinidad and Spence will be like a clean version of it, but it will be like a war still. I think it will be like Kell Brook versus Errol Spence. I think it will be a fight like that. But I don't think that Spence will knock out Trinidad. Not in his prime. But it'll be a war. I think it'll go to the decision. Peace out, my brother. Cotto can do better than these guys. I think Cotto, if he was like 32 years old, in welterweight though, because remember he was smaller. Um, because I like the way he was implementing his footwork later on in his career. He'll give a lot of dudes problem. Um, he'll give a lot of dudes problem. I think he did way better than I think he gave Floyd Mayweather a great fight. And the scorecards, I think they played him. It wasn't that wide to me. It wasn't that wide to me. I'd probably give Floyd Mayweather probably 3 rounds, maybe, but it wasn't that wide. Maybe 115, 113 was legit. But some dude, the that was crazy. That's crazy. Um, I think Oscar De La Hoya in his prime will be everybody today in his prime. I'm talking about 25-year-old Oscar De La Hoya. The same Oscar De La Hoya that fought Julio Cesar Chavez, that type of De La Hoya, he'll be all the welterweights, I think. Really, really fought anybody meaningful. Um, I mean, when you're that good, I think there's some divisions where people don't know too many of the names, where they're not a marquee name, but that don't mean that they nobodies. You feel me? If you're becoming a champion, it's because you're beating champions. Unless you're getting a hand-me-down belt like Devin Haney. But people also got to respect that when you're winning belts, you're actually beating a champion. Unless if it's a vacant title. So the fighters that Crawford took is from can't compare to the fighters who Errol took his belts from. I mean, depending if you respect it, depending, it depends. You know, Gamboa was a good fighter. It was not the Gamboa that Javante Tank Davis fought. Um, Felix Diaz didn't get credit for being who he was. Felix Diaz is a great fighter, great amateur, great Olympian, gold, won the gold. He was a good fighter. Zab Judah gave Prime Floyd a lot of problems. Yep, he did. Prime Sugar Ray versus Prime Floyd. And that'll be a hard fight. Um, I go with Sugar Ray Leonard. His output combination and power. And if you say, Floyd Mayweather's defense, but his defense wasn't that as sharp as it was later in his career. Before, Floyd Mayweather used to take a little more risks. But I give it to Sugar Ray Leonard in their prime. And I think that we see the adjustments that he made versus Hall of Fame type of fighters like Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Durant. So that type of experience, man, the best experience in the world, you could say. And also he beat Floyd Mayweather's daddy. But Pretty Boy Floyd was a problem though too. It was a problem. He was a problem. I loved Pretty Boy Floyd back then when he took risks, throwing a lot of combinations, setting his man up, fighting in the inside, body shots, fighting in the outside. And back then, Floyd Mayweather really didn't throw too much of the jabs like that, you know. Master feints. He used to feint his fighters a lot. So I think if Floyd Mayweather would have carried him, would have had more offensive in his game like he used to, because I feel like everybody started watching Floyd. I'm talking about casuals really started watching Floyd when his hands already was deteriorating. I think if he would have, when he got that big contract with Showtime and was still the Floyd, was still the Gotti versus Floyd, that if he was still that Floyd, people would have respected him way more. People would hate him just the way he talks, but people would have respected him way much more. I would disagree with anybody on if they hated Floyd back then. I understand why he wasn't entertaining. He wasn't entertaining later on in his career, but when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, go watch that Gotti fight. Go watch that Judah fight. Go watch that Castillo fight. Go watch all his fights, and it's all on. He was a different fighter. Gotta respect that. Way more entertaining, I say that. But around that time also, Roy Jones Jr. was the man. So Roy Jones for me was like, Roy Jones was like Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali had a baby. I think we ain't never gonna see um a Roy Jones that matches speed and power combinations, 12 punch combination, triple hooks. How you throw a triple left hook and then follow it up with an uppercut? That beautiful left hook, follow it with the left uppercut. Try to do that right now. Try to do that right now. Any of y'all. Left hook, left uppercut with a quickness. Roy Jones was the man, bro. Was the man, was the man. Triple left hooks, bro. He was truly Captain Hook right there, man. I don't think we're seeing anybody like that. Yep, he was. And I do see a little bit the hooks and uppercuts. I do see Boots Ennis. If you look at his style, if you look at his hands, he got those same hands. I'm not gonna say Roy Jones type, but remember he's only 22 years old. So is he's still gonna get quick. He's still gonna get stronger. That's the scary part. That's the scary part when it comes to Boots Ennis. And remember, his father, man, they come old school, bro. They do all that old school workout. The only problem with Roy was that he kept fighting dangerous fights at the end of his career. I think the only Roy Jones did it all. Roy Jones could have retired after Ruiz and that's it, and be probably one of the greatest ever. If Roy Jones would have retired after Ruiz, what would we be saying about Roy Jones Jr. now? Five-time division world champion, went from 154 to the heavyweight champion. How many people done that in the sport of boxing, of 100+ year sport? Oh, man. Boots has the potential, but I want to see his chin get tested. They'll get tested. He'll get tested. I think he got hit a couple of times in his last fight too. He'll get tested. But I don't want it to become what even Roy Jones had to face. Remember, Roy Jones was like, oh, Roy Jones ain't fighting nobody. Roy Jones ain't fighting nobody. Yeah, he fought Bernard Hopkins back in the days. He fought James Toney, who's regarded. Yo, what's good, my brother Thomas? What's good? He fought James Toney, was at the time regarded pound for pound dude in the sport of boxing. And after that, people were still saying, oh, Roy Jones Jr. ain't fighting nobody. Roy Jones Jr. ain't fighting nobody. And that's what it is. That's why, you know, in my channel, I always express to these guys in my modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, we might like different styles. We might want to expect more than what they expect for themselves. Um, but that's why we always got to give compliments. You always got to give credit to the guys that's actually accomplishing things. We can't, and also when I look deep in it, it's like when people say, "Oh, but Crawford hasn't fought nobody. He got this, but he hasn't fought nobody." And I'm like, "All right, just make believe like your Buck Crawford is your son. He wins all of this. You're gonna tell your son, my man, you ain't doing nothing, man. But dad, I just won another title. But who you for? Yeah. But then I got four. We become undisputed. There's only a few guys in boxing that went, but who you for? That's always gonna be something, because in the end of the day, there's somebody who's always in the present, somebody who's always climbing out of their prime. There's always people on the come up. So in boxing, there's always this, I gotta prove, oh, he hasn't proved this, he hasn't fought nobody, he hasn't fought nobody, he hasn't fought nobody. Nah, maybe it's they are way too good that they make good fighters look like average. And that's what it is. Some people don't follow the careers. You feel me? It's almost like when people say, "Oh man, Deontay Wilder ain't fight nobody." Deontay Wilder started at the age of 20. Deontay Wilder is supposed to be the nobody. He is knocking everybody out. How is he the nobody? He's beating nobodies. Nah. It's that he worked hard. He got a freakish power that nobody got, and he's knocking people out. But people be like, "Oh, but he ain't fight nobody." He ain't Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got groomed at the age of 12 years old. This guy got groomed as a grown man. Deontay Wilder is not supposed to be where he at right now. But that's hard work, dedication, and people should respect that. Instead of saying he ain't fighting nobody. The guys that he's fighting been fighting way longer than he has. How the hell he's beating these dudes up? That's what I mean. I think us fans, we also got to be, we got to be fair. That's what it is. We got to be fair. The hardcore boxing fans has to take the lead, has to educate these casual fans, because the casual fans also, they take over and they don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. And if we do not lead, I'm talking about hardcore boxing fans, and say the truth and be unbiased, then people gonna learn. People gonna learn. I'd rather lose to a good boxer. Of course. That's why the best fighters, they don't become no undefeated, because they do fight the best, and they fight the best at the right time. That's when people was like, oh, like even at ESPN, when I was checking out the they was doing the fight of the decade, and they chose Floyd Mayweather. It's like they're not really analyzing the way they should, and I was very surprised by Andre Ward and these guys. So because I say it like this: when you're doing a ranking, you just can't say, for example, Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo Alvarez. Oh, but he beat Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, but Canelo Alvarez wasn't the Canelo Alvarez he was, which is right now. He's not the Canelo Alvarez of today. Floyd Mayweather beat the Canelo Alvarez of 23 years old. So, yeah, he beat Canelo Alvarez, but when you're doing the rankings, you got to measure it. When did he beat Canelo Alvarez? If Floyd Mayweather beat the Canelo Alvarez of everything that he's accomplished now, then that's a big thing. But the Canelo Alvarez that just beat Lara is not a good. That's the Canelo. That's the only thing Canelo Alvarez did when he fought Floyd Mayweather, beat Lara. That's it. I mean, not Lara, Trout. That's it. So and when it comes to the debate, they can't be like, oh, but he beat Pacquiao and he beat Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, that's why I don't know, man. Nowadays, though, they have is what man is the stock value is crazy because these guys don't. You know why they manipulate the O? Because these guys don't understand the legacy of boxing. The young guys. How many times do you hear boxers say, "Oh, I didn't watch the fight. Oh, I ain't watched the fight." When they ask them about other fights, "Oh, I ain't watched the fight." Like, really, you don't pay attention to your own sport? Like, that's the ego-ness of boxers nowadays. You ask them a question, they'll be like, "Yo, what you think about the sport?" "I ain't watched the sport." I mean, "I ain't watched the fight." You ain't watched the fight in your own division? Really? No wonder y'all guys will lose to one another. Back then these guys were watching tape. Now you hear boxers, they all want to sound like Floyd Mayweather. I don't watch tape. I just do what I do. I just don't watch tape. That's what Gary Russell Jr. That's why you lost to Lomachenko, because you don't watch tapes. And Vasyl Lomachenko watched tapes. That's why we gotta hold these guys accountable for their words. Because as much as these guys are modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, and they do what they do inside the ring and sacrifice their life, that don't mean they liars. That don't mean what they say they be sounding man stupid. But let's go back with the Errol Spence. Watch out, hold yourself. So you think Errol Spence? I mean, what do y'all think about the Errol Spence and his fight? Next fight. That's what's gonna happen. Do you think he's gonna fight Manny Pacquiao or Crawford in the end of the year? I think he's gonna fight one of those two guys. I'm not sure it's gonna be Pacquiao, but I think it's gonna be Crawford. I do think so. Too much ego and I think those are the managers. The managers, the promoters, they have more egos than their own. And I understand you got to promote the fighters, but they have way more egos. But then it doesn't come through fruition when they pick on the fighters. Now, to be honest, I say Pacquiao's not gonna fight these guys until they fight each other. That's my opinion. I'm gonna stick to that opinion. I don't think Manny Pacquiao's gonna fight Errol Spence or Crawford till they fight each other, and he's gonna fight for that undisputed. They're gonna have to put in the work. Manny Pacquiao's not gonna put on that work. They gotta put in that work. Easy work for Spence in the next bout. Should be. Should be. Mikey Garcia beat Sergey Lipin yet. So imagine what Errol Spence is gonna do. Easy fight. I think so, Fred. I think that's gonna happen. I think so. You already know, man. Smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to your boy. This for Hardcore Boxing Channel. You already know, man. Chopping it up with my peoples. Damn, thirsty. Who is there for Pacquiao to fight? I think Dennis Swift Garcia. I think they're gonna fight next. To be honest, um, Danny Garcia. Unless if they have a fight with Danny Garcia and Ugas for the since because soon, not soon, but remember, just like the IBF he's gonna have to fight a mandatory of the IBF, the WBC, the WBC will be a fight as well. So maybe I do see Danny Garcia and Ugas fighting their fight, and then later on in the summer, if Danny Swift Garcia don't fight a Manny Pacquiao, then I see a Ugas and a Danny Swift Garcia fighting an eliminator to become the #1 contender for and be the mandatory defense for a WBC and then get Errol Spence later on in the year also, it's a lot that could happen. There's a lot that can happen. I don't know what Sean Porter's going to do, but if I was Sean Porter, if I was Keith Thurman, I'll be pushing for the Crawford fight. I'll be pushing for the Crawford fight so that I could get back into the groove, because Sean Porter already fought everybody. Sean Porter's not going to fight. I don't think Pacquiao's going to give Sean Porter that fight. There's nothing to gain there. So if I was Sean Porter, if I was Keith Thurman's not gonna. I don't think Errol Spence is gonna fight him, and I don't think that Pacquiao's gonna fight a rematch with Keith Thurman. Even though that I want to see the rematch because I love the fight. I think that Keith Thurman and Sean Porter should be pushing for a Crawford fight. Needs to talk to Al Haymon and be like, you know what? Let me go to the other side of the street and let me handle that business. I think Keith Thurman also been taking a lot of year layoff. I do think that he's on his way down. It's too much layoffs. It's too much. You saw him in PBC. He's gained too much weight. Um, I don't know how how's he gonna turn out. I don't know. I don't know. His discipline is actually questioned. You know, if he fought Josecito Lopez and was an LA Fitness, discipline question. Look what almost happened in that fight. And also him being in the casino that late. We gotta be fair. We gotta break it down unbiasedly, logically. And if we gonna talk about Gervonta Tank Davis being undisciplined, Nari being undisciplined, we gonna have to talk about not making weight Thurman, but in actually going all out and really being focused and becoming the best. Like I said, even when he vacated the WBC title, it told me, wow, would he do that? I mean, I understand these guys gain weight in the off, but I just feel like certain boxers be gaining 30 pounds over. And I think that's very unhealthy. Because they're going back in their training camp trying to just losing weight. That's their training camp, losing weight. Look at Errol Spence when he after couple of days after the Sean Porter fight, he said he needs to stop going to the gym trying to lose 30 pounds. But everybody knows that he was a weight bully. Everybody knows that he was walking around 180 plus pounds. These guys are getting way too much money. And it's good they're getting compensated for it, but that's why they're not hungry. Because at this stage, that they're about to fight their best fights, they're not hungry no more. They're not hungry no more. They just fighting the fight because now they're getting paid. Now they're getting paid. But now at this, it's almost now they're getting paid. But I really don't want to fight now. But now I gotta fight because now I'm getting paid. That's the problem with PBC fighters right now. Look what Gervonta Tank Davis said in the interview, in PBC, the recently interview. He said, "Oh man, I don't like to sit in that weight. That's why I'm coming out, because I don't like to sit in that weight." And what did they do? Enabled him. Made him 2 hours. 2 hours to lose weight. You can run a marathon in 2 hours. I never seen any belt federation give 2 hours for a guy to come back and weight. You could you could run 10 to 12 miles and you come back on the scale and lose like 3 or 4 pounds on the scale. It's true. They keep babying these guys, man. They keep babying these guys. And then they get mad. And the thing is, these promoters, they invest in their money. They should be harder on these guys because it's their money on the line as well. But keep on babying them. Keep on babying them. Gervonta Tank Davis ain't going up in weight because, I just want to go and fight the best fight. It's because he's gaining more weight and he's getting more money. That's all. That's all. Look at these Asian fighters. in shape all day. Because the lifestyle, the way their nutrition and the way they eat is different. When's the last time you seen Naoya Inoue 25, 30 pounds heavy? When you see that, some people move up in weight to chase greatness, and some people move up in weight because they don't want to lose. They don't want to work hard anymore and lose the weight because they get more money. You tell them to lose weight, they be like, hell, like, Broner was achieving belts, but Broner keep going up in weight. He was too small for welterweight. Too small for welterweight. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna do a video on that too, man. Ooh, I can't wait. Casimero Inoue. Oh Lord, man, I can't wait for that fight. Oh man, you know they're gonna try. They putting it in April. I think they're trying to do April 25th, and they put in the Teofimo Lopez and the Solo Lomachenko in May. I gotta do a video. That's why I'm not even talking about it, because I'm about to do a video. I had to do it like 4 or 5 days ago, but I don't know what the hell I was doing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be a fight. That's gonna be a fight, man. Go Fights is coming. Thanks to Top Rank though. This year Top Rank is the last year. ESPN is going to have some fights. Last year was the Zone. This year is looking like ESPN is going to be the leading network, because they already got Wilder and Tyson Fury. They got Lomachenko coming. They're going to have Inoue, who signed with Top Rank and now ESPN. Ooh, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Can't wait. And then you got Crawford, and we don't know who he's going to fight. Man. Man, y'all already know, ladies and gentlemen, man. I'm about to, head out. It was good talking to y'all, my brothers. I'm gonna drop a video. We're gonna talk about more about the, I might go live. I might go live, or might go shoot a video for the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. And of course, they're gonna, in the press conference, they're gonna be talking a lot of trash. They're gonna be talking a whole lot of trash, and also talk about Haymon Munguia. Haymon Munguia again. I mean, won again, yet just another fighter, not to mention Demetrius Andrade. That's a video I'm about to drop next, like within an hour or less. I did a video talking about the Demetrius Andrade being ducked by everybody, and not just him being, not just people ducking Demetrius Andrade, but also ducking the possibility in enhancing their legacy. Meaning, he stepped up to Triple G in the ring. Nothing. He stepped up to Charlo in the press conference. Nothing. Haymon Munguia won a couple of nights ago. Didn't mention his name. Said Charlo, said Canelo, said Triple G. Didn't mention Demetrius Andrade, which he was the WBO. Well, he's like a WBO regular, and you ain't gonna mention the guy, the top dude. Crazy. Billy Joe Saunders tested positive. Didn't negotiate another fight. Went to this 168. Daniel Jacob went to 168. Everybody's running from Demetrius Andrade. It is what it is. I'm actually tired of it. But we're going to be talking about it. You already know, man. I'm about to drop the video. Stay tuned. Yo, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Hope you have a great morning. Whew. Man, boxing is going to be good. Today's going to be good.